Gemini, welcome to your full moon reading for the month of June 2025. My name is Holly Christine, and this is Empowered World Tarot, where we are delivering messages to you, messages of truth, to help you on your journey. We're starting out with the Tarot of the Abyss, and we'll clarify with the Unveiled Tarot, followed by an oracle card from Surrender, The Power of Surrender cards by Dr. Judith Orloff. They're fantastic. All right, spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Gemini's reading for whatever needs to be revealed for this full moon of June. It's the Sagittarius full moon, the strawberry full moon. What needs to be revealed? What does Gemini need to know, please? There it is, starting out with the Three of Swords. That's some heartbreaking knowledge or information that you have. The King of Swords right at the heart of your reading. And the Eight of Pentacles tied up to repetitive work. King of Swords can be the professional decision maker using pure logic to make those decisions. The overall energy for your reading, Gemini, pull it from the bottom. We've got the Seven of Swords. We'll see more what that is with the clarifiers. But it could be some deceitful energy. What brings us to this reading is the Ten of Swords. This is a painful ending, but it's also a wise ending. All right. It seems like things have been destroyed here. Things have ended. What is going on? Let's start with this Seven of Swords. Let's start getting clarity. The overall energy of your reading, the Seven of Swords. It looks like somebody's getting ready to be deceitful here. Spirit, why is the Seven of Swords here? What does Gemini need to know, please? Something flipped. And we have the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. This kind of looks like equal give and take in a situation, that meaning both people are doing the same thing. Everybody's on the same page. But they're acting deceitful from the outside, both of you. There's abandonment here. There's a feeling of lack going on when it comes to expressing our hearts, our emotions. We're not being fully honest, and it looks like neither one of you are. We'll learn more as the reading continues, but that's what we've got so far. Let's look at the bottom. This is what brings us here, the Chariot, the vehicle to victory. Somebody wants to reach a goal quickly, and this is how they're doing it, through deceit, through abandonment of our honest expression of emotions. Okay, let's look at, speaking of emotions, let's look at the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak, could be betrayal. It's coming through a sense of awareness, though, like it was just learned, like it was just found out about through discovery, if you will. Like the person didn't tell you, you didn't catch them in the act, but you found out about it in another way. Knowledge came to you, is what it looks like. Three of Swords, heartbreak. Heartbreak. Knowledge of betrayal, knowledge of something that is emotionally painful. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups. Somebody walking away. The Hermit. Did they do it in a ghosting kind of way? Somebody feels isolated and alone, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. The Hanged Man, yeah, trying to figure out what's going on. The Hanged Man wants to gain perspective, so they start looking at things from all kinds of angles, like, whoa, what happened? The Hermit is shining the light in the dark to see what happened, what's in the way, what the heck happened. Somebody left. It looks like somebody left you hanging. Abandoning, expressing of emotions. That's what happened. They didn't, in other words, they left, but they didn't even tell you what they were feeling. They just left with no explanation. And now you're left here trying to figure it out. Okay. And what brings us here? Energy exchange, the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Trying to figure out what the heck happened. Yep. All right. All right. King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? He's a logical decision maker. Let's see, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. There's no logical decision. All logic has been halted. King of Swords representing logic, masterful logic. Knight of Pentacles represents the slowing down of something to the point where it feels like it's stopped. It feels halted. Logic halted. Eight of Swords is, I can't see. I can't make heads or tails of this. I can't see what's going on. I am stuck. I can't see. I can't move. I feel paralyzed. In other words, this person's like in shock, in a mind filled with confusion. Shocked and confused, which is exactly what happens when someone ghosts somebody. It's exactly what happens. And the Page of Swords is somebody who takes a close look, somebody who's watching, waiting to learn something, getting ready. You're just watching to see what happens next, getting yourself ready to take some action. Because right now you're just confused, so all you can do is watch, even though you can't make heads or tails of it, of what the heck happened. It broke your heart. Right now you're emotionally upset and drained. Maybe this is you over here, Seven of Swords, like watching from a distance. Page of Swords and Seven of Swords feel kind of similar in the artwork. Even though they're two different decks, the feeling is very similar. And it's not a traditional feeling of how I would read it in other readings, but it's like, if this is you, Seven of Swords, you're sneakily watching. And this Page of Swords, look at the artwork here. They're around the corner, around the bend, kind of sneakily watching from a distance, what the heck is going on, trying to figure it out so they can take some action. I don't feel like it's a bad thing or in a bad negative way. It's just you're doing something quietly, sneakily, on the down low. So it's not so much deceit. Um, it's just you're trying to be quiet about what you're doing as you investigate and try to learn. Pages are always learning, trying to learn what the heck happened so you can take whatever appropriate action is next. But first, you've got to learn. And in order to learn, all you can do is watch from around the corner where the people that you're watching can't see you, so you can figure out what's really going on. And it's the same kind of feeling of the Seven of Swords. This person is standing, behind a door in the dark, being sneaky, kind of watching. So I feel like this is you just trying to figure out what the heck happened because you're very confused, and rightly so. When somebody just takes off, Eight of Cups, they just took off. Everything was fine. Everything was going good. And then all of a sudden they take off, ghost you, and you're like, what the heck happened? Meanwhile, with a broken heart at the same time. And going back over here, somebody abandoned without expressing emotions. But we've got this equal give and take over here on the same page. Two people on the same page doing the same kind of thing. Abandoning expressing emotions in some way. Maybe you guys did the same thing but in different ways. I don't know. I'm kind of getting that sense, but I don't understand how it makes sense. But everything's been destroyed here. It's fallen apart. It is destabilized for sure. What brings us here to this little lineup? We've got this card that's unique to this deck. It's called the Mob. And we're just going along with the crowd. But we don't feel like the crowd. We're just kind of going along with things right now. But we feel different than the crowd. The crowd is angry. And this person's just scared. Depressed, feeling blue, scared, worried, unsure, like, what am I doing? Where is this going? Kind of thing. Where the rest of the crowd is just like, they're all in unison moving together in one big angry mob. This little bug keeps getting on the table. It's driving me nuts. The camera probably doesn't even pick it up. It's so tiny. Let's see. Let's take a look at this Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Somebody repetitively working on something over and over and over again. It could represent work. It could represent skill building. Doing something over and over and over again. Show me the Eight of Pentacles. What does Gemini need to know about this Eight of Pentacles in this reading, please? Oh my goodness. That bug is bugging me. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. We're ready for it. Oh my goodness. Here's the other card that is unique to this deck. And it's the puppeteer. Somebody's pulling the strings repetitively. They're manipulating the situation. They're controlling everything. Judgment. Death. Which is not about death here. It's about some sort of ending and transformation. They're working on it repetitively, trying to manipulate the situation. I don't know if this is you or them, but somebody's doing something over and over again. Manipulating the situation, calling in endings and transformations. It's like somebody didn't have the balls to say, I'm not happy in this relationship. So they do all these repetitive things to manipulate an ending, to call it in. They're calling it in. The judgment card is a call, usually from our highest self, to make a decision. But it's not our highest self making the call. It's this person who's manipulating. Look, it's a puppeteer. This person is manipulating a situation, calling in an ending and a transformation, and they work on this repetitively. It's like they were trying to end it, trying to figure out what's the best way to end it. How can I end it? They certainly didn't do it in the best way, because ghosting is the worst way. Ghosting is the absolute worst way to treat somebody. You don't ghost. You have the balls to say, I don't want to be here, or you do something else destructive, I guess, which is not recommended. But ghosting is the absolute bottom rung of the ladder. Let's look at what brings us here. The Hierophant. This is what the Hierophant represents: alignment. This is the alignment of this person controlling the situation, calling in an ending. This is what they're aligned with. They're aligned with manipulation. They're aligned with pulling the strings for an ending. This is how they ended it. And the Eight of Pentacles just says that they repetitively did this crap. I don't know. They did it over and over again. Did they do it more than once? Have you had this happen multiple times? Is that what that is? I don't know. I do not know, but we're going to go ahead and clarify the wise ending up here. It's still painful. Ten of Swords. It sucks. It hurts, but it's actually a good thing in the end. It's a wise thing in the end. Show us the wise ending. Ten of Swords, please. It's what brings us to this reading, a wise ending. So even if they did it in this horrible way, and it's going to take time to heal and recover from this craziness that they did by ghosting, you're better off, is what this card says. That's why it's wise, because you're better off. Show us the Ten of Swords. This deck has two different Ten of Swords cards and two different Three of Swords cards. So we get actually four extra cards in this deck. I left them all in. They put it in there so you can pick one or the other, whatever you like best. And I like them both because they both, one is a painful ending where somebody doesn't give a shit. And the other one is a painful ending that is actually very smart and very wise. And one of the Three of Swords is utter heartbreak and betrayal, and the other one is like they've learned of it. They've learned of something that is heartbreaking through a non-traditional means, some other way. It's like they've discovered it, acquired knowledge of it. Anyway, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords, Ten of Swords. Let's go. And speaking of ending, the World. Closing out a cycle. The Eight of Pentacles, we saw that right there. Repetitively working on closing out a cycle. Again, I said it's kind of the same words I said over here. Somebody was repetitively working on pulling the strings to call in an ending. This is a wise ending to close out a cycle that is repetitively showing an opportunity to build stability from the ground up. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is. It's an opportunity to build stability. Repetitively working on building stability from the ground up. In other words, it keeps getting destroyed and you keep getting opportunities to build it up. And we need to close out this cycle, and that's why it's a wise ending. That makes complete sense. Closing out a cycle of repetitively rebuilding something from the ground up, having to build it from the ground up because it keeps getting destroyed by somebody who keeps just leaving. They keep just disappearing. Anyway, what brings us to that little lineup up there? The Three of Cups. Communing with others in good times is what brings us there. So maybe that person kept wanting to go out and party with others and not have responsibilities that you would have in a relationship to do the things that need to be done. Instead, they'd rather go out partying, and repetitively, you have to keep rebuilding it. That's not good. Anyway, there's a lot of unhealthy kind of energies over here with that. Let's pull some advice or a final message from Spirit at this time. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light. How do you want to close off this reading, this full moon reading that has been very revealing for Gemini for the month of June 2025? This full moon energy of the Sagittarius full moon, revealing all kinds of crazy. What it's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. Trying to figure out what the heck happened, what the heck is going on. Don't even bother. It's time to let go of it. It's time to close out this cycle and just let it end. Letting it end, even though it's painful, would just be the wisest thing you could do. What final message do you have? Something flipped. There it is, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Wands. And what brings us here? The Five of Swords, winning at all cost. Ace of Wands, opportunity to take bold action. Two of Swords, I can't see it or I don't want to see it. I don't even want to look. I can't see it or I don't want to. Final card is Six of Wands. It's achieving a goal, a victory, and being recognized by others who, when they see you achieve this victory, they applaud you, they cheer you on. Winning at all costs, making the sacrifices you need to make in order to be victorious. You would have to make a bold move and stop this indecision thing. Stop not wanting to see it and not wanting to look at it because it's painful. But if you face it, you can actually get through it and meet your goals, come out on the other side, win the scenario. And we're going to pull a card from the Power of Surrender cards by Dr. Judith Orloff. Spirit, what message do you have from the Power of Surrender cards? What does Gemini need to surrender this June full moon of June 2025, where the energies can last for, 2 weeks until the next new moon, or until the next full moon next month, or a full 6 months? What's going on? How will Gemini be empowered by surrendering what? I like to wait for the flippers. We could do it a different way, but I don't know, it's so much more exciting when it flies out or flips out, and it's just the amazing, perfect message that makes sense. So, it takes a little longer, but it's how I like to do it. Until I get tired of waiting. This is how we're going to do it. Oh, you get two. All right, first one is surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Surrender to divine timing. And surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward a positive situations in your life. Yeah, it's time. Just trust the timing of what's happening and let it go. And don't even be mad at them. In fact, you could even thank them. Thank you. Thank you for destroying this because it was time to move on. That's one way you could think of it. I hope this reading helps. I see that it's painful. I see that it's very confusing, and very hurtful. But for somebody to behave that way in this relationship, to do what they did is, you know, not healthy for either party, and they should definitely not be in a relationship behaving that way. And you do not want to keep repeating the pattern of going back or trying to figure it out, so you can fix it or try again, try to rebuild stability over and over and over again from the ground up. You got to keep starting over with this person. Forget it. Forget it, forget it, forget it. Close that cycle out. You deserve to be happy, and doing that over and over again does not equal the happy. So I hope this helps, seeing everything from a bird's eye view, getting the truth, even though the truth hurts sometimes. I really do hope that this helps you. All right. So if you feel the support, or you like the format that we do this in, please smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave a comment if you see fit. And I look forward to reading for you guys next time. Take care.